Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever in the world you are. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's a Monday stream instead of a Tuesday stream. My Tuesday is busy. I'm very sorry. My schedule is different for now, although I think some of you might not complain. Hello. Welcome in, Sam. Also, welcome in, Duke. Congrats on getting that spicy Dino Nuggie. Congrats on that. Don't forget to claim your daily Dino Nuggie as well. It's very, very important. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No. it does not matter, but it's for funsies. Of course. Fun. Classic. Hope you're doing well. How's everyone's day been? How's everyone's weekend been? Very curious to hear. My weekend was like jam-packed with locals. Because I went to on Saturday morning I went to a cup. Saturday afternoon I went to a challenge at the same location, and then Sunday afternoon I also went to another challenge. So my brain is fried from like TCG all weekend. I played Pidgeot Control like all weekend. My brain is fried. Nando's car blew up. Honda sold my codes. Oh my god. I'm so sorry to hear that. Very sad. Alright, are we interested in this deck right here? This Marowak. This Marowak deck. Do you guys have a bone to pick with me in my deck building or not? Melbourne was a good race though. Oh, okay. Well, at least that's a thing. That's nice. So, this Marowak is pretty cool. Ferrari's car is mega shit. They sold a strategy again. Hell yeah. They wouldn't have it any other way, probably. Alright, anyway, look. It's Marowak. Got 3 copies of this in the deck. It's the Marowak from Stellar Crown that has an uneventful first attack. The stage 1 that evolves from Cubone. And second attack for 2 colorless energy does 60 damage, but if any of your benched Cubone have any damage counters on them, this deck does 120 more damage. That totals to 180 damage, which is pretty cool, but some of you might notice there was a Cubone from 151. Bro, really just playing random fighting types because they have damage boost supports. Stop exposing me, Sam. Please stop exposing me. I was kind of planning on like maybe doing a Lycanroc deck next week. Fuck, bro. I swear I'm not lazy with deck building. I swear I'm not lazy with deck building. We love a clown strategy. This refers to Ferrari, not me. Okay. Well, still, this would also be referring to this deck. This deck is a little bit of a clown strategy. So, this is Marowak. Like, it does damage if bench Cubone have damage counters. Well, we have Risky Ruins. 4 copies of Risky Ruins. This is a stadium card that reads that if any player puts down a basic non-dark Pokemon on their bench during their turn, we place 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So if we bench our Cubone with this in play, they immediately get the damage already, which already makes Marowak do the thing and hit for 180. That's pretty good. And it has to be any bench Cubone. It doesn't have to be like all of your bench Cubone, just one. Metachamp, then Cubone, then something else. 2022 routes 2. Gotcha. But this Cubone makes it a lot better. This is a Cubone from 151. And this Cubone has 70 HP as a basic Pokemon. It's pretty nice. But it has the ability Cheering Bone. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, attacks used by your Marowak do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Or applying weakness and resistance. So, if you have 3 of them on your bench, one of them has damage. Like, let's say one of them has damage. And there's a Marowak inactive. Suddenly hitting for 180. Plus 30, plus 30, plus 30, which is 270 damage on a single prizer. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Especially if you calculate in how easy it is to charge this attacker up and how much extra damage we can do on top of this. Also, if you fall asleep, you're sorry when your buddy said nope. That's okay. You don't, like, please don't apologize for taking rests. Holy shit. Do you know me? Like, you're fine. It's a really big compliment to me if people can fall asleep in this stream, honestly. That means I like somewhat know what I'm talking about, I guess. And I sound confident in doing it. Alright, anyway, we got double colorless energy, 4 copies. Yes, I still have this very cursed playset of 1 base set, 2 Shining Legends, and 1 from XY era. You could never fall asleep, you're locked. Anyway, double colorless energy gives a Pokemon Colorless energy. Yeah, the card kind of explains itself already. So just one attachment for that is enough to just straight up start swinging with Bone Vengeance, because it needs just 2 colorless energy. Pretty good. Just one attachment. All we need to swing out of the gate. Bam. It's also 2 PM, bro. Bro, it's a fighting bulk bandit. It's a fighting bulk bandit. Bro, it's a fighting bulk bandit. What am I looking at? Trust me, it gets better. It gets better. This deck is not bad. 270 is a lot for like a single pricer. 270 is a lot. That's like more damage than Conkeldurr. Just so you're aware. We also have 4 copies of Twin Energy. Look, it's also double colorless energy, but this card only works if it's attached to a Pokemon that's not a Pokemon V or GX, which is like this guy's neither. So we essentially have 8 double colorless energy in this deck to help us attack with Marowak with ease. Even Cephalosian is calling pick up or pick up. What? Pick up or pick up? Anyway, the 270 damage is not necessarily our like ceiling of damage, because we have 4 copies of Premium Power Pro. This card is an item card that allows you to let your fighting type Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active during this turn, the turn that you played it. If you have 4 of them, if you play only 1, you're already hitting 300 with Marowak. But if you're playing all 4, you're hitting for 390. Who up premium powering their pro? Exactly. Who up premium powering their pro? You know who it is, it's me. There we go. Right, this is kind of like the basis of the deck. Yeah, I would say this is the basis of the deck. The rest of the deck is fully meant to support going into this. It's starting to look more and more like a standard deck, because we have 4 copies of Lillie's Determination. I've noticed that there's like only 2 different supporters that we want to play. There's different kinds of supporters that we want to play during a game like this. It's either a draw supporter or a gust supporter. Like, Disruption doesn't help our game plan, and nothing else helps our game plan other than a draw supporter. Or gang, this is just standard with DCE. I am not beating the allegations so far. Lillie's Determination helps you withdraw. We also have one copy of Iono, but we're gonna not talk about that. Are we? Are we gonna talk about that one copy of Iono? Look, expanded. It's Versus Seeker. It's Versus Seeker. Hey, listen, Iono is a good card in Expanded. So is Lillie. Like, these are good cards in Expanded, besides maybe these. Like, this is not really proven yet. Look, it's Versus Seeker. This allows us to replay supporters from our discard pile. Pretty good. Pretty good. So far, I'm not beating standard allegations, because we also run 1 copy of Squawkabilly EX, which allows us to, on our first turn, discard our hand and draw 6. I was thinking about running the Dene instead of this, but our hand usually has a lot of contingency pieces that need to be played in a certain order. Like, we were playing Risky Ruins before Cubone and all that, so ideally we want to pop this whenever we want to, rather than... So what happens when a Draco goes timeless into Kyurem GG Shape My Hand? Essentially, yes. Essentially, yes. I should have probably included Mr. Mime in this deck. At least, like, 1 form of bench barrier. I was just cooking a little bit with this, okay? I was just cooking. I kind of got carried away with, like, the Marowak Cubone thing. It's very funny. There's no bench barrier in this deck, though, and there definitely should be. You can probably cut a Twin Energy for bench barrier Pokemon. I think I'm gonna do that right now. Go back to the institution. Jesus Christ. Look, our ace-spec is also a standard card. It's Secret Box. It allows us to search for trainer cards from our deck. Cool. Don't worry, there's a lot more expanded cards. Let's go back to the institution, please. That's crazy. Let's just say this deck was made by by the Noah of like Sunday night. This was like, oh shit, panic button, let's make a deck quickly because it's fun and let's play test it. And I'm now realizing the things that I maybe should have included, yes or no, but made by 3 AM Noah. Essentially, not every deck is created equally on this expanded show. I'm so sorry. But at least I'm pointing out the things that you can improve on this. This is a card that's not standard. Look, it's Diancie Prism Star, which allows fighting type Pokemon to do 20 more damage if this is on the bench. It's pretty cool, right? A really cool card. Another expanded card. It's the Funny Rock, yeah. Look, it's Tapu Lele-GX. This allows you to search your deck for a supporter if you play this from your hand onto your bench. Pretty good card. And since we run double colorless energy, we can actually use Energy Drive if we want to. Which is a niche situation. Loki, Diancie gets hella playable cards. Yeah, exactly. Like the Diancie from Center Crown had a lots of play into Lugia decks in Standard. And that's about it. I guess Mega Diancie is like not bad. We got one copy of Ditto Prism Star. Just in case we want to develop a Marowak without evolving away from a Cubone's powerful ability. This Ditto Prism Star can evolve into any stage 1 Pokemon if it's on the bench for a turn. Kind of a no-brainer in this deck, not gonna lie. But in some matchups we don't need that much damage to one-shot things. Like for example in the Regidrago V-Star matchup, 280, which in this case is 300, is usually enough. Which can be accomplished by like Diancie, Premium Power Pro to Cubone or something like that. Any combination of that. Mega DS is good, Prism is good, and the anti-Lugia one was auto-win when Lugia played normal types. Yeah, the Cinchino line and stuff, yeah. But in the matchups that we don't necessarily need that much damage, where we don't mind evolving Cubones, specifically, we run one copy of Bibarel Industries Incisors, draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. This guy will never be attacking, but hey, who knows? He's a silly little guy. Alright, now for the Pokemon Search. This deck runs a lot of Pokemon Search, and honestly, I should probably run less basic Pokemon Search, because this deck has a lot of basic Pokemon Search. I was really hellbent on specifically making it so that you can find your basics like pretty much always. That was kind of like the philosophy when building this deck. Is Bibs optimal? I think Bibs is optimal because Team Rocket's Watchtower sees no play in Expanded at the moment. I think Bibs is optimal. Because like Claydol is not in Expanded. Like if Claydol were in Expanded, we were 100% running Claydol. But is Bibs optimal? Not sure. It's a cool card though. For Pokemon Search, we have 4 Buddy-Buddy Poffin to search our deck for 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put them on our bench. This is always for the Cubones and for potentially Ditto Prism Star. Can't think of the other stage 1 draw engines other than Auxiliary. Well, because all of them are kind of like worse than this. Unfortunately. This was at least the best one that I could find off the top of my head. That was like actually useful for this one. Because there are several like stage 1 draw engines that we can't use. Stuff like, I guess we technically could have included Dracloak. I feel like Dracloak is not that aggressive of a draw. We could have included like, but even like engine things like Team Rocket's Houndoom, or not Team Rocket's Houndoom, what am I talking about? The Single Strike Houndoom, or Rapid Strike Auxiliary, like Dango. I didn't want a 2-prizer. Because I wanted this deck to be like as single price as reasonably possible. We also have 4 Nest Balls. This is mostly for the Squawkabilly and for the Diancie, but this can also still grab Cubones and Dittos. Ditto singular, not a Lightboard Loki. Like I said, I wanted more aggressive draw specifically. So, like, a card that could specifically draw more than just 2 cards. Turn. It could have been Light Bart, yeah, for sure. It could have been Light Bart, but I did not care for Light Bart in this one. So here's where I maybe messed up a few of the counts, because I also have 4 Quick Ball in this deck. In what world is Bibbs more aggressive than the kitty? Well, the thing is, we don't necessarily want to discard all of our cards, you know? I'd say it's more passive. We don't necessarily want to discard that heavily, because a lot of pieces are like maybe necessary. I could definitely, honestly, I have 4 Quick Ball here and 2 Poké Pad, but I probably should have gone 2 Quick Ball, 4 Poké Pad, in hindsight. Anyway, Quick Ball searches your deck for a basic and puts it into your hands, but you have to discard a card from your hand in order to play that, and Poké Pad searches your deck for a Pokemon without rule box to put in your hand. Both pretty excellent cards. And then we also have, you say 4 Quick, 2 Nest, 2 Pad. We also have 2 Ultra Ball to search our deck for any Pokemon, but has to be specifically any Pokemon, but you have to discard 2 cards. The reason I added some Ultra Balls is because cards like Ditto, Prism Star, Squawkabilly EX, Tapu Lele-GX, they can't be found off of Poké Pad specifically. You can have other outs for Wonder Tag. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like I said, this was made by Sleep Drunk Noah, so it's not necessarily like the best thing in the world. We have 1 more ball card in this deck, but it's not necessarily Pokemon Search, it's more like prizing interaction, because we have 1 copy of Hisuian Heavy Ball. To unprize any potential basic Pokemon that we have in our prizes, swap that card with it in its place. For recovery, I figured since we run 8 energy, we don't really need Special Charge. So our recovery is straight up 3 copies of Rescue Stretcher. This is like the best Pokemon recovery in the game, so, you know, why not? 1 Pokemon to hand or 3 from your discard pile into deck. This is also why I went with specifically a higher count of Ball Search, so that we could more often than not comfortably choose the Shuffle Tree Pokemon and then grab them immediately with Rescue plus Night is elite. Yeah, I like Tree Rescue because Tree Rescue is like the GOAT. And we don't really need Night Stretcher in this deck because Rescue Stretcher already does what Night Stretcher does in this deck, but better, because it gives you another option over what the other Night Stretcher doesn't give you, because there's no basic energy in this deck. Yeah, exactly. For our mobility, we play 2 Float Stone. This is specifically for the very thick Bibarel and Diancie. All the other Pokemon have like 1 retreat or 2 retreats, but Float Stone is really nice here. And the last 2 cards in the deck are 2 copies of Guzma, which is also technically mobility, but this is also our Gust. So, wow. Hold on, the light's reflecting a little bit. But in general, yeah, in general, I know what you mean. But I just went for Heavy Stretcher here because of no basic energy. Hold on. Why are my X and Blue Sky still open? I don't need those open. I do not need those open. Okay, this is the 60. Like I said, it's not optimal. It's not necessarily teched out. I don't think this is like, we can consider this teched out. I wouldn't say this is like the most box standard way to play Marowak in Expanded. What do I think of the Decidueye deck? I think it's silly. I definitely want to try it out, but I'm not certain on if it's good or not. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm saying it is that because you definitely need your attachments for turn to matter a lot in that list. And you don't really have great energy search options. It's like, yes, we have energy search literally, but like Vessel rotates. And with that deck, you definitely want to attack every single turn. So if you don't have like Decidueye turn 2, it just kind of sucks. But then again, you have stuff like Bug Catching Set, which is not guaranteed to grab grass energy, but it feels just like, it just feels like you have to run a disproportionate amount of grass energy in your deck, if that makes sense. I'm probably nitpicking here, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm most likely nitpicking here about the deck. I definitely do want to try it because it looks extremely fun to play. The Decidueye Vivillon deck, but I have a feeling it's gonna be like a tier 3 deck, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but buck catching set doesn't give you like a guarantee that you're getting the energies. What I'm trying to say, you know. It doesn't give you a guarantee. But yeah, Relicanth is definitely fun, for sure. I guess Relicanth allows you to not use energy to attack. But then again, you need to like not have a lot of Pokemon prized from the Decidueye lines for that to work. I think. 90 Snipe for free. I mean, technically it isn't for free because you still need to play Judge for turn or have Vivillon in play, which is also like both. Neither things are like fairly easy to do, I think. So, I'm a little sus on the deck, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'm just pessimistic. Let's flip for turn. Let's say Tails is second, Heads is first. I think preferably this deck wants to go first because we want to do first attack, ideally. Yeah, okay, so Heads is first, so let's take a game going first. I think that is preferable. I'm not going to grab my GX and V-Star markers because I don't have any GX or V-Star powers with this. Maybe I should just play Rapid Strike Urshifu with Premium Power Pros. It's kind of unfortunate that we have to open Lele, but that's fine. Stealthy Forest plus Bug Set, no, yes, but once again, it feels fairly inconsistent. As in, like, yes, it's a combo that you can do, but it doesn't feel very, like, if it doesn't feel like a game plan you could do 9 out of 10 times. You kind of have to get lucky to get all the pieces that you need, is what I'm trying to say. Right, let's open this. We're going first, so we draw for turn. Heavy Ball is a really cool top deck. I want to see what my prices are, legally. Post Rotor, you're joining Mewtwo gang? That's valid. So I priced Secret Box and a Marowak. Those are like the two big ones. I'm definitely going to unprice the Squawkabilly here. Might even pop it this turn, if I'm going to be honest. I will have to probably discard that Premium Power Pro in hand, but I think that's worth. I'm not going to play it yet, just to check. I do have 2 Rescue Stretchers in hand, which really sucks. Then I'm going to have to squawk those away. I have a small inkling that we're not going to use the squawk. So I'm going to quick ball away the Squawkabilly. I probably want to just go grab Ditto Prism Star. Always here. I think I also want to quick ball away a Rescue Stretcher. In this case specifically. To grab a Cubone. I would love to like develop a Diancie here, but I just don't think I'm allowed to. I could honestly try Diancie here, that's probably fine. I still have all 4 Poffins in deck and stuff. I just don't have any way to draw into that, because I specifically discarded my Squawk. It's a little bit of an awkward opening hand, but at least we got some basics, you know? I can Ultra Ball technically, but I don't want to. Alright. I find it kind of funny, by the way, that people are calling it the Mewtwo deck, while it's technically just a Rocket Box. As in, like, Mewtwo is one of your attackers, probably the one that you use in most matchups, but it's definitely not the attacker that you use in any matchup, every matchups. I feel like it's more or less like a Spidops box rather than like a Mewtwo box. I think I just have to pass here. Surely on turn 2 going first, on turn 1 going second, I don't have an attack that can kill this, so let's just draw for turn. That is a really good draw. I think we're just going to play this immediately. I'm tempted to also play the Premium Power Pro, but yeah, sure. You know what? Why not? You have 2 attackers and the main one is Mewtwo. I would argue the main one is Spidops. I would argue the main attacker is Spidops and Mewtwo is like more situational. If I'm gonna be honest. Do you not agree with me? I feel like Spidops is low-key a better attacker than Mewtwo. Like, yes, Mewtwo can hit higher numbers, but it's a 2-pricer. Spidops can still hit ridiculous numbers with Brave Angle and Full Bench. You don't have to commit to 2 prizes on the bench if you just go with stuff like Mimikyu. Team Rocket's Mimikyu is another attacker in the deck. And Articuno, like Articuno's not an attacker, but there's several versions that also run Team Rocket's Zapdos, which is also a solid attacker in some matchups, so like... You aren't even wrong, but it's Bloody Mewtwo. Yeah, I mean... Okay. Sure thing. So we didn't draw into any Buddy-Buddy Poffin. That's kind of cringe, if I'm gonna be honest. We also did not draw into Risky Ruins. What the fuck did I just draw into? Dog. I hate this. Why? Why is this happening to me? Do I just bench Cubone pass? I think I don't even bench Cubone. I think we just attach there and call it. I technically even actually want to attach Twin Energy here. Or we could technically attach to Lillie and do a cool attack with that. Energy Drive, but it's probably not going to pick up a KO. Energy Drive for something. And then Lillie dies. This is a terrible opener. So unlucky. It is what it is. Oh my god, I drew another Guzma. Are you fucking kidding me? At this point, we are gonna go Twin Energy, Cubone, Poké Pad for Marowak. And Premium Power Pro, and then Lillie's. That's like the only thing I can do here. So currently this Marowak is doing 110 damage, but that's only because there's no bench Cubone with damage counters yet. I feel like this deck might have some potential in Standard. Like, no? Just include like a Psyduck and a Shaman. And maybe a Fez. And that's potential. Alright. 6, 7. Why am I not drawing into Risky Ruins? This is so rigged. This is so rigged. Like, what the fuck, dog? What are we even doing here? Let's just Nest Ball for something. Surely I can Nest Ball for something that's meaningful here. Cubone, I guess. Not even gonna play the other Nest Ball for Cubone, but... Actually, we're not doing 110, we're doing 140. And with like the Lillie attack that did like at least 40, maybe more, we're maybe KOing like a basic V here at this point. But it's not looking pretty, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's not looking pretty. Let's just swing for that 140, taking 2 prizes off of that. We're not taking 2 prizes off anything, by the way, here. It's like 1 prize at best. Alright, that's really awkward. If we just assume like active dies, it's not looking very great for us. I have to be honest. Now let's put my Lost Zone here. Draw for turn. Okay, I draw into Marowak. The third Marowak is still prized, but that's okay. I actually don't want to play this then. I have a Rescue Stretcher. Ah, it's fine. I think I have to play Iono here. I could go Rescue Stretcher for Lillie grab Lillie, but we don't have 6 prizes anymore, so kind of have to Iono here. Not gonna lie, his hand's pretty rough. Alright, so I have 4 Risky Ruins in this deck, and I've somehow not seen a single one. Is that crazy, or is that crazy? It's a little crazy. Let's, I guess, do Float Stone. And retreat to Diancie? And pray they KO that? Pass? And they KO that? This is so fucking awkward. How am I not drawing a card that I have 4 of in my deck? There we go, finally! Alright, so there's one Cubone underneath here. One on my bench, and there's none in discard, so Poffin can only grab one of them. Okay. That's the only basic Pokemon in my deck, right? Yeah, there's Bibarel, but like, here's. Okay, so that takes 20. And honestly, at this point, I think I just Ultra Ball these 2? Probably not. Let's just bench this as well. And shuffle up. Alright, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Man, finally a Risky Ruins. Okay, so how much damage are we doing with one Premium Power Pro? We're doing 180. 270. 300, so that is enough for a 2-prizer. Regidrago these are. Okay, so let's assume this dies. We're 2 behind on the price raise at this point, but I do want to see if we can still get like another consistent turn. I'm fine with pushing this one because this one still has damage. Twin Energy. Pretty sure Heavy Ball doesn't grab anything here. No, it doesn't. But I had to play it. I probably wanted to fail it as well at that point because of Lillie's value. Man, Lillie's Determination is such a good card. It's kind of absurd that this card exists. It's so good. Right, and then we draw 6. Okay, so we do draw into the Rescue Stretchers. That's awesome. So let's Rescue Stretcher the Cubone back. Oh wait, Diancie should be Lost Zone, my bad. I'm a little bit throwing for content. Actually, hold on. We have 2 Rescue Stretchers in hand, right? Yeah. Rescue Stretcher for Marowak to hand. Put Marowak here. And then Rescue Stretcher to deck for Cubone and Marowak and Lillie. And use Nest Ball to get the Cubone on the bench, make it take 20. Yeah, right. But honestly, Sam, besides like one copy of Mr. Mime and like a slightly different ball search, would you make this deck any differently? That's what I'm wondering. Like, would you make this deck any differently? Probably, maybe with stuff like Teammates. I guess you could consider Teammates in this deck. Teammates is not bad. But I don't think like Teammates is that necessary because you got a lot of redundancy for like everything. Does Cubone work on a Lola Marowak? No, unfortunately not. Now we can Bone Vengeance for 270 for Super Rise knockouts. But like I said, this fucking dies. So we lose here. Which is okay. This was a really bad start and we somehow still like almost grabbed all our prizes. But Cubone specifically reads that it boosts attack by Marowak, not by a Pokemon with Marowak in its name. Possibly bodyguards Marowak. I mean, I guess that doesn't really matter, does it? Like, it prevents item lock. So that's maybe an idea, I guess. This deck does have a lot of items, so maybe, yeah. It's maybe not a bad shout. Those are definitely all cool inclusions that you could add into this deck. No hand disruption? What do you mean? I have Iono in the deck. What do you mean no hand disruption? It prevents effective attacks. It doesn't prevent... I mean, it prevents effects of cards onto my... It prevents effective attacks onto my hand, so it does not prevent hand disruption. That's what something like Dugard Melodic will do. I guess you could consider Dugard Melodic with this deck, sort of. I mean, this is a mulligan, but I forgot to flip the coin anyway, so it's whatever. It's heads again, so let's go first again. Yeah, it's attacks. So like, yes, you don't get item locked by Buddy-Buddy and Noivern GX. You don't get special energy locked or stadium locked by the likes of Noivern EX. But that's like about the only use cases I think this deck has in Expanded. Or that card has in Expanded. Which are still like valid use cases. I guess it also prevents Revenant and Dusknoir GX from ripping your hand, which is kind of relevant. Like, those are like the big three. The like Noivern EX, Buddy-Buddy, and Revenant and Dusknoir GX. Those are the big three that it prevents. So I guess that's a valid one for sure. It's 5. So we do have a basic here. We have 2 basics. Do we want to start with Squawk or with Cubone? Probably Cubone. Alright. Let's flip them over and draw for turn. Definitely playing that Risky Ruins. 100%. Wait, actually, are we? I think I probably went a Nest Ball for something before I played that Risky Ruins. Like Nest Ball for Diancie, for example. Yeah. Marowak break for the culture. For the culture. Nice. I guess I could have Nest Balled for Ditto Prism Star, but it's fine. This is probably worth. We can attach active. That's fine. It kind of hurts that we're discarding these 3 good cards, but it is what it is. We kind of need more gas. Alright. So we can Nest Ball for a Cubone. Yeah, this deck definitely does not need 4 Nest Ball. I can tell you that. This deck does not need 4 Nest Ball. 220 raw. I mean, 220 is still less than the damage you're doing usually. Like with Diancie in play and 1 damage Cubone on the bench, you just straight up already are doing like, what is it? 230. So Cubone wouldn't work with Marowak break. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately not. Alright, I think I'm also gonna put this Ditto down. Unfortunately putting 2 damage counters on that. That's a little sus. I'm gonna hold the Poké Pad, I think. I want to hold the Poké Pad. I could Nest Ball for another Cubone actually, that's probably fine. What else am I gonna put on the fucking bench? Nothing. Like, not even Lillie at this point, I think. Yeah, let's just put another Cubone on the bench. You were thinking it's a solid late game attacker since it has more pre-boost damage by 10? Yes. It has more pre-boost damage. Hell yeah. Alright, that's turn 1 going first. I think I'm gonna end that turn right there. Pass it over. Turn 2 comes around, surely they don't grab a oh my god, Seeker Box? I can't play that. I have to evolve into Marowak. I guess I can Poké Pad for Bibarel in this case. I think that's actually like not that bad. Poké Pad for Bibarel is not bad because that means we can probably still play our... Oh, Bibarel's prized. Oh, that's awkward. I was about to say like... we can Poké Pad for Bibarel so we can get somewhat of a hand, and then if it's not good, we can like use Secret Box to get better cards if we don't get good ones. Cubone isn't actually real, so he's buns. What? The bodyguard one is high key tech though. Yeah, it removes existing effects as well. Yeah, it's pretty tech. Pretty cool cards. Also, do we think our stadium got bumped this turn? Maybe it did. I feel like it probably did. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I guess I can evolve this already. Don't want to evolve the Ditto Prism Star. It's a little greedy, but that's okay. And then Marowak can do Bone Vengeance for 180. Actually, hold on. No, we're not gonna evolve this. Actually, hold on, because it weakens our damage. For 180 plus 20 is 200, plus 60 is 260. Surely that takes out a 2-prizer. Cool one, like Regidrago V. It doesn't take out Regidrago V Star, but that's okay. Turn comes around. Let's say they KO Squawk from bench. Then we definitely push this. And we're down to 4 prizes. We draw for turn. Definitely Risky Ruins Poffin for the last Cubone. Yeah. Cubone takes 2 damage counters. We shuffle the deck. Can hold them in hand until they try item lock and just make them waste a turn. Yeah. Exactly. Do we want to Secret Box here? I think I still want to hold this, personally. How much damage does Marowak do now? It does 290 now, right? Yeah, it does 290. So we're definitely taking another 2 prizes here off Regidrago V Star. There's Bibarel. So Drago can win now if they go for Timeless GX into whatever the Kyurem attack is called, Trifrost, but hey. Shh, that doesn't exist, that's Fairy Tail Land. Let's say they KO Marowak. Let's push a Cubone. Draw for turn, they are on 3 prizes right now. Definitely evolving into Bibarel and evolving into Marowak. Rescue Stretcher for Cubone. Put down Cubone. It takes 2 damage. Guzma is probably already too late. Let's play the Secret Box. Float Stone and Lillie's Premium Power Pro. I'm actually not gonna grab Risky Ruins, I think, because I'm gonna play Lillie's anyway. You think you'd add Bodyguard and 1 Strong Energy? Strong Energy is tech. I can kind of see it. I personally don't really like Strong Energy in this deck, but I can see why. You can go for, like, instead of like going for double colors, you could probably go for like a Strong Energy plus Crispin deck or something like that. You can definitely go for that, or try this with like an Archeops build to just accelerate Strong Energy and stuff. Premium Power Pro, Float Stone, Lillies. We already shuffled, so let's just draw 6. Yeah, nice. We drew into the Twin Energy. We don't really need anything else, right? Like, we have cards in hand, we could use bibs, but not at this point. So we're doing 180, 210, 240, 260, 290, 320 for definitely last 2 prizes. Cool. More thinking strong attach Cubone into Buddy. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So that would do like you would have a 75% chance to one-shot Buddy. That's pretty alright. That's actually not bad. As a one-off. Yeah. Sure. If you go second and they open like Buddy, an interesting one. Or if you go first and they have Buddy item lock you. Also let you attack with Bodyguard and Dire Needs. I guess so. I guess so. I mean, like, 8 double energies is probably a little too much for this deck, but I wanted to do 8 and then include a few cards that need to discard cards like Secret Box, so that we definitely have like some cards that we can discard at some points, you know. And even if we prize like a lot of them, then it's still fine. This deck is pretty silly. I like it. I see that there's an ad break coming soon. So I'll run an ad right now and I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go pee. Okay? You know, I just realized I didn't even consider cards like Focus Sash. I low-key think this deck has more potential than like say the Medicham deck that I played last week. I think the Medicham deck is very funny and like has some potential, but I think this deck has more potential than the Medicham deck. If we tech it out correctly with things like Focus Sash. Actually, I think I now realize actually why I didn't include Focus Sashes, because of all the self-damaging things. Never mind. I'm actually a genius. We don't need Focus Sash in this deck. Fighting Gong was also an idea that I had pop up into my mind, but then dismissed because I was like, oh wait, but we don't run basic fighting energy, so who the fuck cares? But yeah, attack options are definitely worth considering, like Bodyguard, Marowak. What are the other ones that we discussed? I know I said Bodyguard, Marowak. Maybe one strong energy. Mr. Mime, bench barrier. I think those are like the most important ones. Let's flip another coin for first or second. It was not on 2, it was on 1. Yeah. Okay, so we're going second with this one. Alright, it's probably gonna go a lot worse, but we'll see how it goes. Starting 3 basics here, and I think it's probably best to start Squawk. Like, yes, it's a 2-prizer, but I really don't want the other ones to go down. And I'm not benching the Cubone yet, just in case that we get Risky Ruins. Marowak, bench protection, and strong were the ones that were serious, yeah. Optimizing the diabolical energy count, surely going to lose a few for special charge. The thing is, if we go special charge, and we're weaker to item lock again, but I guess we have Bodyguard Marowak for the item lock thing. I think you can probably make do with like... I think you can probably make do with like 5 double energies and then 1 special charge. I think that's probably fine. I think that's kind of the line that we want to go here. Okay, let's draw for turn. Okay, we did not draw into the guy, unfortunately. Let's quick ball. Yes, I'm quick balling the Premium Power Pro. It doesn't matter because we're gonna Squawk anyway. Quick ball for Ditto. Yeah, I guess special charge is like not terrible, but if you like prize special charge in an important matchup, you're kind of cooked. So that's the reason I still want to like have at least 5, so that you're only really cooked if specifically it's your last prize. Search situation can be worked on as well. Yeah, the Poké Pad Ultra Ball Nest Ball count. We can definitely go lower on the Nest Ball count. We can maybe even go like 0 Nest Ball in this deck. Potentially. We could go 0 Nest Ball in this deck, I think. And then we use Squawk and Seize to discard these 3 and draw 6 more cards. There is a Risky Ruins. Actually, hold on. Do I want the Nest Ball first? No, I want the Nest Ball after. Risky Ruins, Cubone, Nest Ball. For other Cubone, is that like the only basic we have left? I think Cubone is the only basic we have left in the deck. Now we have Lele, but we don't want that. And surely one thing off my bench is going to get KO'd at the very least, so I can definitely Nest Ball another Cubone out. That's fine. I'll probably post optimized deck lists in the Discords. Is Colorless real? As in Colorless' Tenacity? We could consider Colorless' Tenacity. That's a funny card. That's a funny card that we could include. Probably not attaching yet, because we don't know where to commit to if our opponent's not doing anything yet. Alright, so that was going second. They have turn 2 going first. They're probably doing something. Let's just assume that they KO Squawk for an easy 2 prizes. Then we push Cubone and draw. Oh, we got Poké Pad. We're so good. This is like a really good hand. Especially strong energy. Oh yeah. And we're not really that scared of the Noivern EX because we can have Bodyguard Marowak, and we're not really that scared of Temple of Sinnoh because we have 4 stadiums in our deck. So that's actually not a bad shout, yeah. Okay. I was like, where are all the Marowaks? I'm pretty sure I had all of them. Alright. Let's evolve into Marowak. Play the Premium Power Pro, play Iono. To draw a fresh 6. I'm gonna hold these cards for now, I think. Don't really need them right now. Now let's Bone Vengeance for 180, 210, 240, 260, 290. That's definitely 2 prizes. Bam. There's Bibarel. Hell yeah. You wish there were a better way to self-damage? Yeah, I know, right? Same. I guess Rocket's Venture Bomb is a way to self-damage, but that's only your own active, right? Only your own active, so it's not really reliable. If I had to guess, Marowak's probably dying here. Let's bench or promote Cubone. Draw for turn. Patch that Twin Energy. Evolve to Bibarel here. Poffin for another Cubone. Yep. Cubone takes a 20. Actually, does Cubone take the 20? I mean, surely we didn't get Stadium Bumped, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate that we need Risky Ruins just to like increase our damage by a lot. But it's a way. Like, it's the same with like Hisuian Zoroark V-Star, if you know what I mean. It's the same conundrum. Unfortunately. Rocket's Secret Machine Venture Bomb does any of your Pokemon, but not Team Rocket's Venture Bomb, yeah. Exactly. Ultra Ball away. Not the Poffin, actually. I think the Nest and the Nest and a DCE, I think, are fine to discard. This is the last Marowak in the deck, so. You like the Zoroark Dodrio deck? Yeah, Zoroark Dodrio Gengar was really fun. Unfortunately, it was never really that good, but I guess an expanded it might be better with like Distortion Door Giratina. That's basically better Gengar. Right? Right? Evolve into Marowak. Play that Rescue Stretcher to shuffle back Cubone, Marowak, and Marowak. The deck hates to see Munkidori coming. Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, it does hate to see Munkidori coming. But like, not that many expanded decks are playing Munkidori, so I think you can get away with it. I'm pretty sure it's just Guardy that plays Munkidori and expanded and nothing else. Rotated before the Monkey VS really took off. Yeah, exactly. Let's use Industries Incisors to draw 3. Actually, I think I would rather play Poffin to get that Cubone back on the bench. Before doing that. Alright. Now we go for Incisors to draw 5. We have Poké Pads. I guess I might as well Poké Pad for finning purposes. To grab Marowak, it's like the only Pokemon I can grab. Roaring Moon, really hate to see Monkey. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Monkey is like public enemy #1, I feel like, at this moment in time. But I'm so happy that they're printing Patrat that's like a hard counter to the Monkey Dory. In a format without Klefki. I mean, we still got Fluttermane in format, but that's like worry for another day. Play that Premium Power Pro. How much damage are we doing this turn? 180, 210, 240, 270, 300, 320. Yoinkers. Imagine they KO active. Once more. This goes discardo. We did get Float Stone off prices, so I'm down to push Bips here. We draw Float Stone off the top. Okay, cool. Whatever, man. Did Risky Ruins get popped? I don't really care at this point because we drew another one. Let's attach to Cubone and evolve it into Marowak. Attach a Float Stone here. I can't really Poffin for Cubone here because the other Cubone is in discards. It wasn't too bad in the Gordy matchup, but against anything else it was horrible. Oh yeah. Monkey decks just need to play more Watchtower and nothing changes. Noah. You're kind of right, actually. You're kind of right. Lele, Wonder Tag. Probably to grab those last 2 prizes. But you're kind of right on the Watchtower thing. Man! But if we run both Battle Cage and... No, wait. But if we run Battle Cage, then it just gets bumped with the Watchtower. Is there a way to change a Pokemon's type in Standard right now? I don't think there is, right? Gonna go the same way as Shaman. Yeah. Fair. Let's Guzma up some 2-prizer. Push Marowak up here. And then use Industrious Incisors to draw 4 cards. I don't think any of these cards matter at this point. Because we can swing for 180 plus 80 is 260, which is probably not enough for a 2-prizer. I'm gonna be honest. But if we gusted, it probably is. So, what's with me prizing the Secret Box always, man? I played it like once. So cringe. Hyped and then nobody plays it. Honestly, I am down to play that card. Bad Rat is low-key like kind of a fire mod. Not a fan of Watchog, but I like Bad Rat. So I'm down to run Bad Rat. Also, it's like the first time ever that Bad Rat is like competitively viable, which is really funny. Alright. We can do a few more games with this, I guess. Let's do another going second game, because I like that. Not necessarily that this deck likes going second, but at least it like gives you kind of a skill of things, kind of a skill of how things can go with this list. That's a mulligan. The downside of this deck is that it has like 7 basics. It's 7 basics. No, it's 8 basics. It's 8 basics. It's 4 Cubone, a Ditto Prism Star, Diancie Prism Star, Squawkabilly EX, and Tapu Lele-GX. It's gonna do a typical tech card lifecycle. It comes out, nobody plays the card, it counters. 2 tournaments go by and Bad Red disappears. Frostless Monkey wins a regional and Bad Red returns. Yeah. But that's the same like story with Psyduck, unfortunately. But I'm like one of those players that always keeps Psyduck / Bad Rat in their deck. Always. Like, I don't care if it's like not meta common or anything, because the challenges and cups that I go to have a very different meta spread than what is played at tournaments. So I feel like if I don't run those tech cards, I'm actively shooting myself in the foot. That's how I feel about it. So I always, whoopsie, run those tech cards if the deck kind of needs it. Please don't tell me I have to open Lele-GX. To open Lele-GX, dudes. At least I have Float Stone and Opener, but this is going second as well. This sucks. Maybe I should just swing with Lele? Probably not. Not on turn 1. Right, Float Stone. Kind of want to quick ball stuff before Risky Ruins and Poffin. So let's quick ball away the Guzma. For Ditto Prism Star. Or Squawk. Do we want Squawk in this hand? I kind of want Squawk up in this hand. Not gonna lie. Boom. Shimmy did the same thing. Zork and Terrorbox ate shit for a few weeks and then it was back to business as usual at Worlds. Psyduck just isn't a real Pokemon. Risky Ruins. Poffin. Do I go for Cubone Ditto or just Cubone? I priced one Cubone, so I think I'm gonna go Cubone Ditto. No, that means I should go Cubone. No, Cubone Ditto is fine. Yeah. Speaking of unbanned trainer lock. Speaking of unbanned trainer lock, it would be funny. No. Trainer lock is like so not funny. Holy shit. Like playing against Jellicent is already not funny because it locks half your trainers. Locking all of your trainers is so like not fun. Holy fuck. Hold on. They both take one damage. Attach to Ditto. Squawk and Seize for 6. We are going second, so we can play the Lillie if we want to. Found another Cubone. Only 75% chance of trainer lock though. What do you mean? We got Will! We got Will, we got Lucimi, we got Versus Seeker. Let's play both Poké Pad. No, we just need to play one, actually. Need to play one for Cubone. There we go. Cubone. Will is a one-time thing unless you want to loop him. Yeah, exactly. Unless you want to loop him, which means it's a multiple turn thing. Like you can Versus Seeker, you can Good Roger Versus Seeker. You can use Eldegospy, Happy Match to get it back. Like there's so many ways to just get supporters from this card. Belpap plus Quick Search. Okay. Poké Pad for a Cubone. I think I'm just gonna Lillie's Determination. This is a pretty solid turn 1 though. Not an infinite loop though. True, it's not infinite. Like you can technically do it infinitely. If like on turn 1 you play the Will, turn 2 you play Cynthia and Caitlyn to recover Will. Turn 3 you play Will, and then turn 4 you Lucamine for Will and Cynthia and Caitlyn. Which is a combo that you can do it once every other turn. Yeah. You're right, eventually they can play the game. Alright. That's an interesting hand to draw into. Just gonna hold and pass for now. What? Actually, should I pass? Should I maybe retreat? I think retreating might be wiser here. Like, let's retreat into Squawk and hope they take the bait. I think that's the best thing we can do. Push this. Claw. Evolve into Marowak. Damage. Bench Diancie. Premium Power Pro. I think this board is maximum damage output. How do you get Lusamine back? That loop isn't real. Oh, sorry, I said it wrong. I said it wrong. Yeah, I said it wrong. Yeah. So, okay, so it's Will, then Cynthia and Caitlyn for Will, then play Will, then Lusamine the Will and Cynthia and Caitlyn. Then use Cynthia and Caitlyn the Lusamine. Then you play Will, play Lusamine. Cynthia and Caitlyn the Lusamine. Play Will, play Lusamine. So it's like once every 3 turns. Not once every 2 turns, sorry. So it's even worse than I thought, honestly. Let's just retreat into the Marowak. And swing for lots of damage. This is like, I think, max damage. It's not true. We could have benched 4 Cubones, but 1 is priced. So it's 90, plus 110, plus 140. And the base is 180. So this is 340 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's definitely a 2-pricer. Let's be honest. Let's say they knock out our boy, Marowak. Let's push Lele-GX and draw for turn. So you have 2 turns of a 25% chance to play trainers. Yeah. True. Oh, sorry, my bad. I need to... Lost Zone is Ditto. Evolve into Marowak. Do I want the Secret Box here? I think I can. Secret Box, Poffin, Ultra Nest, or I have Lilies anyway, so that's a stadium. Let's find the other Float Stone. Oops. Let's, I guess, grab the Premium Power Pro. Supporter doesn't really matter. Not even ignoring that you can just do something to kill the duck. Your major break, it would suck though. Yeah, exactly. It's mostly a feels bad experience, and that's why I don't want to unban it specifically. Alright, play the Premium Power Pro. Attach the Float Stone. Lillie's Determination. Go. I'm tempted to maybe put Computer Search in this deck over Lillie's Determination. I think Computer Search might be better. Just so you can also grab an energy if you want to. Although we have enough energies in the deck, so I don't think it matters at all. Okay, cool. I just got a lot of cards back that I just discarded with Secret Box. Awesome. I'm not gonna bench Squawk. Wait, Squawk is dead already. I don't even think I can bench anything with this. So let's just retreat into Marrow and swing for, this is not 340. Now 210. 230. It's 290, yeah. There we go, 2 prizes. I got Cubone back, that's something. Alright, let's say they kill this again. Wait. They already killed 2 Marowak, right? Yeah, they did. So they're on 2 prizes. Push Diancie and draw. Cubone. Takes 2. Pretty sure Nest Ball does nothing here. Let me just check if there's a Marowak in the deck still. is a Marowak in the deck. Let's Ultra Ball away Puff and Quick Ball for that. For the Marowak. Wouldn't be fun. Gardevoir Jellicent exists by the way, chat. Oh my god. You're kinda right. You're kinda right. Unfortunately. Evolve into Marowak. Rescue Stretcher. For Cubone. Bench Cubone. 2 damage. Guzma Fancy 2 Prizer. Attach DCE and swing for lots of damage. That's 180 plus 90 plus 20, which is 290 damage. That's a lot of damage. Let me take those 2 prizes. This deck is pretty fast, actually. This is Major BM from Noah, by the way. What? SMH? What? How is this BM? How is this BM? What if I needed a Rescue Stretcher to use to get Cubone rather than Marowak? How is this BM? Or am I on a different page than you are at the moment? I might very well be on a different page than you are. Could I just Stretcher for Marowak, Gust game? Yeah, but what if I needed to KO Regidrago Visar? I needed 280 for that. And then would have needed to Stretcher a Cubone for 30 extra damage. Otherwise I would have hit for 260 rather than 290. Same. It was kind of mandatory for me to Ultra Ball a Marowak. Me when Risky Ruins has been in play. Okay. Okay, you've kind of got a point. You've kind of got a point. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, that's ahead, so we do this game going first. Okay, cool, we opened Secret Box with no basics. Awesome. The one time I opened Secret Box. You know, I was thinking, like, doesn't Slowking, like Stellar Crown Slowking, doesn't that have like some potential in Poké-COMMANDER? Because I was like thinking about it for like building for like maybe next week for Expanded. I was thinking like maybe it has some sauce for Poké-COMMANDER. Like I don't know what great psychic types there are out there, but unfortunately you can't really make Slowking your commander, which kind of sucks. But it seems like pretty fun, and you can still play like Oranguru to use as your like put card on top machine. It's not like the deck doesn't function. It maybe has some sauce. Kind of have to start Cubone here. Unfortunately. This was a going first game, so let's flip it over and draw. There isn't even a single prize. There isn't even a single relevant 310 HP 2 prizer you would be gusting for a game, so your math is right, trust. I mean, there's Calyrex VMAX. Oh wait, that's a VMAX, that's a 3 prizer. Ignore what I just said. There is no Risky Ruins here. So I shouldn't go all out on the Cubones. I could probably Poffin for Cubone Ditto. I think that's fine here. I think Poffin for Cubone Ditto is fine here. You're just fighting, don't say Guardian. Yeah. Let's quick ball away the Ultra Ball to go grab Diancie. I was about to say Dragapult, but that's 320, not 310. Why am I shuffling? I was planning on playing more Search. Not my smartest move. Bench the Diancie. Ultra Ball away. These two? No, these two? Or Squawkabilly EX. I've seen him in the deck. There he is. Your math is perfect. I can't be wrong. Noah is BMing the imaginary opponent's SMH. This is unwatchable. Alright, then unfollow. No. Dude, imagine. Like, if I actually had someone to play against, sure. Sure thing, my guy. Alright. Bench Squawk. I guess attached to benched. It's probably fine. Squawk and Seize for 6. Haven't drawn Risky Ruins yet, unfortunately. You're just messing. I know. I'm sticking the mick out of you. And I guess I'll pass. This was going first, so let's assume that this is alive for now. Let's attach for turn here. Make a Marowak. For some reason I have faith that I can actually find this in time. Poké Pads for Bibarel. Evolve into Bibarel. Rescue Stretcher for Lele-GX. Play Lele-GX. Use Wonder Tag to find Lillie's determination. Actually, do I want Lillie's determination? Yeah, I do. Wait, but now I've filled my bench. Now it's impossible for me to get a damaged Cubone. This was not my smartest move. I'm so sorry, gang. I forgot Lillie took up space on the bench. My bad. Fast going first, Wally in the opponent's hand be like... Dude, if they have Wally, evolve into Lugia V-Star, have the Archeops compressor stuff, they can have it, man. Like, they can have that first KO, sure. Like, Regidrago V-Star doesn't even run Wally these days. Like, come on, man. Okay, draw until 8. Alright, I do have Secret Box, so that's an out. I have 2 Float Stones as well. Secret Box is an out to Stadium. Nice. Pretty sure this doesn't find anything. Yeah, we have 3 Energy Prize and 2 Stadiums. That explains a lot. This pricing is so cursed, bro. 3 Energy, 2 Stadiums, and a Guzma. That's so cursed. Alright. This is how many cards in hand? 5. I already attached for turn, so I can't actually use bibs here. Do I just retreat into something else at this point? I think I will. I think retreating makes the most sense here. Into, like, let's say, school. We probably retreat into Lele. And pass. Let our opponent KO Lele. Feels really bad. But I think this is fine, because if we ever need to, like, Stretcher for a supporter, then we can. Now. Attach DCE. Secret Box away these 3 cards. For a Lillie. Stadium, there's no tools left. What item do I want then? I guess Poffin. Wally don't make sense in Drago, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. Drago kind of wants to go slow. Okay. Ruins, Poffin, Cubone. Now we have a damaged Cubone on the bench. Not like they have Ogerpon's E-Switch, exactly. They're just going for the slow 2 attachments, indeed. And late game they go fast with Ryons. Alright. Premium Power Pro, Lillie's Determination. For 8. This is 6. It's 8. Still can't use Bips here, unfortunately. Could have used Bips before the Lilies, but whatever, man. Retreat. How much damage are we doing? We're doing 180 to 10, 40 to 70 to 90. So if I want to KO like a Dragapult TX, I do have to pop 2. I think 290 is probably fine enough to grab 2 prizes. Okay. Let's assume they KO Marowak. I think that's fairly reasonable. Push Bips, draw. Play Premium Power Pro. I have 2 Cubone in this card, right? Or just 1? Just 1. Okay. I still have a Cubone in deck. We'll check in Nest Ball 4. Unless they run Max Elixir. Yeah, they probably don't. My deck is pretty thin already, not gonna lie. Alright, shuffle, shuffle. Evolve into Marowak, attach Twin Energy. Lillie's Determination. Whoops. So we kind of have to take 4 prizes in these 2 turns, otherwise I can just gust Squawk for game after that turn too. From here. 6 cards. Where's my recovery, man? 4 basic search. Pretty sure Poké Pad grabs nothing here, so I'm not gonna... Still can't Bibs here because I just drew into 4 unplayable cards. That sucks, bro. Oh my god. Retreat into Marrow, and I think this is once again 290, if my math is correct. 10 plus 80 is 290 again, yeah. Insane. DCE unpriced. Assume they go here. Push Bibs and draw. Attach. Pretty sure all Marowak are in discard, so I need to find recovery. So let's Lilies. It's unfortunate I can't Guzma, but it is what it is. Okay, we found recovery. Oh, let's go. We can go max damage on a recovery. So because we just need to recover this. Bench that. Evolve into this. Could have played the Nest Ball before benching the Cubone, so I will presume that I did. And we can Bibs for 2. Useless cards in this moment, that's fine. This is now 260. On, unfortunately, not a Gusted 2-prizer. So, let's say we swing for 260 into Ridge Draco V-Star, not KO it. Then we lose if we do that. But if they don't have Gust, let's say they don't have Gust and we lose active Marowak. Once again, push. Oh, that means I would need to find my last That means I would need to find my last Rescue Stretcher. Still a little awkward. Risky Ruins is bumped. I guess I can put another one down for finning. Can play the Poffin and Nest Ball. Don't really need energy, I just need... Oh wait, I already used 3 Rescue Stretchers, so I guess it's unwinnable then. Okay, cool. That's unfortunate. When did I use my first one then? Oh, my first one was in my opening hand that I squawked. That makes sense. That sucks. Looks like the span is essentially solved. That's not true. Span is not solved. It feels solved because the best expanded players in the world are playing the current best deck in format, but it's definitely not solved. There's lots of decks that can thrive. I feel like, for example, Quad Jellicent is very underexplored. Definitely has really good matchups into a lot of the top threads. It just has a terrible matchup into Iron Thorn ZX, which is unfortunate. But like, not a lot of people play Iron Thorn ZX anyway, because that list optimally runs 1 or 2 Tropical Beach. And that's technically a card that not a lot of people can afford, like actually, IRL. Shocked that Moon plays Darkrai GX and Darkrai V-Star? Yeah, why are you shocked about that? Why would you be shocked? Why would you be shocked about that? Alright gang, I think I've played enough games for today. I will send the updated list with like the tech cards and like the slight ball revision. What matchup do we need them? It's for E-Switch stuff, I'm pretty sure, right? It's just engine dependent. Like they just choose that as an engine rather than other things. Like Darkrai GX is definitely engine dependent, 100%. We have Comp Search. Yeah, okay, but like with Darkrai V-Star, you can use your V-Star power to reuse Comp Search. Isn't that like really good? Or am I... Did it reconnect? I think it reconnected. Yeah, okay, we are back. I was planning on ending anyway. Yeah, I'm aware, stream age shit. I think it